Hi everyone, hope you are doing okay. I'm just doing fine. Today we will real quick review the steps that you need to take for connecting to a local server. These are the topics that we will cover: the big picture, what is exactly happening, and how you can use your terminal to run the commands that you have to run in order to get access to the server. And also we will see how to run some basic commands on our Linux server that we have, and also transferring files. Alright, first let's get into the big picture. Right now I'm here working remotely at our home, and I want to get access to the server that we have in the university. So our server is here in the University of Lethbridge in the computer science department, but right now I'm at the home. But in order to get access to the university's server that we have, I need to pass their firewall. They have a firewall in order to protect their systems, and also if any malicious thing happened on their computers, they can track down the bad guy, because if you enter into this firewall, your IP is attached to your ID, whether it is your university email or any other way that you have used for verifying your identity. So if your local server is not behind any firewall, you don't need to take an extra step, which is using VPS, virtual private server, in order to get access to the servers, to the computers behind that firewall. So VPS is a tool that allows you to get into that virtual private network to use their services. So right now we are in that case. I'm right now at our home. I'm not inside the university. I'm not using their Wi-Fi. So I need to use their VPS, which is provided right now here, and I can connect to vpn.uleth.ca in order to pass this firewall and enter into the university's network. And once I have entered, I can access to any computer that is inside the university's network, as long as they allow me. All right, so this is the big picture. And in order to get access to the computers, you need for sure VPS for passing the firewall. And the way that we communicate to the servers, we talk to them, is by using SSH, which stands for Secure Shell Environment. Secure Shell Protocol is a set of protocols, is a set of commands as a protocol that allows you to transfer file, or pretty much do anything over the network, over the internet, which is not guaranteed to be secure in a secure way. So that's why we need to use SSH. All right, so the next step is using our terminal to run some commands, and then finally get into that server. All right, do you remember I talked about SSH? Yeah, you should remember. It was like 10 seconds ago. Unfortunately, on Mac OS and also Windows, we don't have any native tool for running Linux commands. So you need to install another tool, which is the git bash that I'm using here. So git bash is a tool. I think that is also available for Mac OS as well. Mac git bash for Mac. Yeah, so it is also available for Mac, so you should not have any problem on Mac OS. So on this git bash, we can run Linux commands like echo hello world, or any other command like let's create a file here. What was the command for creating file? touch test.txt. So right now you see that we have a test.txt just showed up here because we ran this touch command. And also you can run any other command like ls, or you can also write a text into this txt file. Let's do that. Echo my first line of text in my file, and then you can redirect that into your test file. Let's open the test file. As you can see, the line that we wrote here has shown up here, so it is working. There's also another way that you can use your terminal for showing the content of a txt file, which is using a vim command. For instance, you can open this txt file and see the content by simply typing the name of that, and it will show you the content. We only have one line, so let's exit that and clear everything. Okay, so it was the first part, getting introduced to bash, git bash, which is a tool allowing you to run as Linux commands on Windows and also on Mac OS. For Linux, if you have a Linux system, obviously you don't need to run anything else. Linux terminal by itself is able to run Linux commands and also SSH commands. All right, let's connect to the server by SSH. Very simply, you need to run SSH. The name of the server, the name of our server is GTX, and also the IP address of your server. The IP address is 142.66.197.49 in our case. And then you enter. You have to wait more. Wait more. 1 decade later. All right, so we got the error, and the error is because we are not inside the firewall. Yeah, so first we have to use our VPS to get into the firewall, and then SSH can find this IP address. So let's do it. This is the University of Lethbridge VPN, vpn.uleth.ca. We will come to that. Just go ahead and enter my credentials. Alrighty, it also has a two-factor authentication, and you have to use your phone, your smartphone, for installing the Microsoft Authenticator app, and then you connect that to your University of Lethbridge account, your email, and then you are able to use that for receiving for two-factor authentication processes, like here. So I simply open my app on my phone and enter this number and press yes, and now I should be connected to the university's VPS. State signed in, yes please, and do not show me this again, but it doesn't work anyways. So right now we are connected to the ULETH VPN. Let's go and try that SSH command again. Right now you will see that it is asking us for the password, and as you are entering the password, it is receiving the password, but it doesn't show anything else on the monitor because of the security reasons. So I entered the password and pressed enter, and then here we go. We are in the university network, and also we are connected to the server that we have. Clear. And so let's go to my folder, Reza bit, and remove everything here. Let me see, what do I have here? Okay, let's remove a file, and you could also use remove everything, but it's not a best thing to do on a server which has some extremely important files, because one day I was using remove-fr and /content, and I didn't notice that I haven't entered dots before the slash, so it went, and unfortunately on Google Colab your root folder is named content. So I ran this command on on Google Colab, and it erased all of my files, and it was a painful mistake, and there is no way that you can return all of those files back. So right now I'm somehow super cautious about using -rm command. Anyways, so right now we are on the server and we can do anything as long as the server allows you to do. So right now I will create a text file, touch a file .txt ls. We have the file here. Let's write some text into this file, echo some words, and redirect that to the file, and open the file to see the content. Yeah, we have the content here, and let's see what is remained. Oh, okay, so you remember we used this IP address to get access to this local server that we have at the university. The way that you can get the address is by using ifconfig. I think it was ifconfig or ipconfig, I'm not sure, let's try that. Yeah, so the command is ifconfig, and you can find the IP address of your local server at this line. As you can see, internet address 142.66.179.49, which is the IP address that I have used before, and also I've written here. But this IP address changes every now and then, and you have to sometimes go manually. And yeah, if this IP address changes, there is no way that you can get the IP address remotely. You have to go in person to the office. Where is the office? Here. So our office is here. Let me use a rectangle. This is our office. I have to go here from the house. So Reza has to unfortunately work not remotely in person and go to the university and to the office, open the door, and also get into the server, enter the password, and check the IP and get back home and continue working remotely once he has figured out the IP. Alright, so this was the third part, running some basic commands on the server. Now we will move on to the final parts, which is sending and receiving files from the server. There's a command for doing that, and the command is source copy. So right now I'm on GTX file, on GTX server. So let's go back here and open Git bash again, another window. And as you can see, right now I'm on Reza laptop. I'm right now on my PC. I'm not on the server. So right now I can create a Python file, touch my project.py, which is your project. You're going to write your code here, print gray your project is running. All right. So right now we have our project. Let's test that on our PC, Python, my project. And when you press enter, it will run your Python code or any other code, C++ or Java or anything. And then it will show the result. So we want to copy this file in from our server, from our PC, from Reza at laptop to our server. The command is source copy, scp. And if you are moving a folder, you need to use -r recursively as well. But since this is a single file, we don't need to use dash R. So the first argument for the CS source copy command is the name of your file or the files that you are trying to transfer, and the second argument is the path that you are trying to transfer the files to. So the path is GTX 142.66, and I want to move the files on our Reza videos folder. So Reza underline vids, that should be fine. Did we enter the address correctly? Mm, 42.66.197.49. Oh, sorry, it was 149. Reza feed. Here we go. I enter the password, and then you see the file is transferred, and it took 0 seconds, and 100% of the content is transferred, and also the file is 60 bytes. Yep. So anyways, let's go to the server, another terminal that we have here, and ls before copying that file, before transferring that file, we only had our txt file, but after that we should be anticipate that we have another Python file. Yeah, so we have the Python file here, which is your project, and you're going to run that by any command that you want to use. For instance, right now I can simply use Python for running my project. Hooray, your project is running. All right, guys, for the last part, sending a file from the server to your local file, you can do exactly the same thing, but the most important point is that you have to be on your own PC, because I don't know the IP address of my PC over the internet. So the best way and fastest way is using source copy here, and then the name of the file on the server, for instance a file.txt, and then the address to which you want to copy the file from the server, and then you press enter, and everything is the same. You enter the password. Right now you don't need to enter the password of your computer. Why? Because you are already on your computer. You need to enter the password of the server from which you are copying a file. That's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next videos.